Okay, this is Iron Rock Off-Road. Um, right here is a 4-inch lift kit I chose. A couple of reasons I chose Iron Rock was because you can do the upgrades later. This is a short arm kit. Later on, when you have the money, you can bump it up to the long arms. And if you even wanted, later on you can do some stuff on the rear end for a critical path. But you could build it in sections. Another reason I chose Iron Rock is a lot of these people need to read up on your front drive shaft. A lot of people are not going to want to use the front drive shaft you already have on your truck. And you're going to have to put in a new front drive shaft that's going to cost you like $300 more. Where Iron Rock Off-Road would take the drive shaft I had on my WJ. I did do one upgrade, that's for the nitro shocks, cost me $25 more. They had a special on shipping, sent it out to me for free. You guys, just do some research and choose the one you want is best. There's lots of people out there nowadays building lift kits for WJs. Lots of different options you can go with.
Alright, it's 9 something in the morning. Alright, an update here. It's been an hour and the Jeep's still on the ground. It's kicking my butt, guys. It's one tough Jeep. It just doesn't want to go. But went to the store, got a new jack to get it off the ground and see what happens this time.
Alright, success. One of the things, I cracked myself up, guys. One of the things I found out was, put the jack stands underneath there and the tire kept coming down and hitting the ground. I couldn't figure it out for nothing, but took the tires off and the axles are down and the jack stands are holding the truck up. Something I did was put a block of wood under there to keep it from metal from crushing the subframe. And now we're off to be challenged again. Next up is the springs and the shocks, or the shocks and the springs.
Alright guys, for the front shock, got this little guy right here.
Actually had this little black cap on them.
And it just picked off those bolts. On this side it's got 2 nuts, on the other side it's got 1 nut. Just going to take off these nuts and make sure I remember which way that washer and that steel plate go on for the new shock. Alright, the shock for the passenger side. Because it's not recording. Okay. Alright, the little bushing in the washer. If you can't tell, this is the bottom part, is the little part that sticks out there. And the top part, I'm going to imagine that's sticking out just because it's been smushed by the little cap. But I needed to know which way those went on. So on the top part where I took them off, this is how I put them back. Alright, the bushing on the top of the shock, we got the metal coming first and it slants upwards. And that little lip we talked about on the bushing is on the top of this. We're just going to slide these on this side of the car, and the top side we're going to reverse that. Down here on the bottom, for the top screw we got a number 10, and for the nut on the bottom it's a 13, and we're just going to take these 2 off and then see if we can get the shock out.
And after taking the bolt out, it was to lift up the shock and pull it down. There's the bushing, curved up, and the bent top up. Alright, next let's remove the front track rod. Got a 19mm bolt on the front right here, guys. Alright, that orange thing right there used to be my bump stop. It was in the way of this bolt coming out to drop the track bar, and it says just to pry it out. I tried for about 10 minutes, I couldn't get it out, so I just cut it off. When I put on the new track bar, everything's going to be out of the way. I can just put in a new bump stop and everything will be kosher again. Alright, the bottom track bar bolt was a 15, guys. Just came out of here. As soon as that bolt came out, this bottom part just dropped right down. Hopefully that's going to help me get out the rest of the top bolt part. We can finally pull the track bar.
Next on the list is loosen all upper and lower control arm bolts. These guys here are the upper control arms. They go back to there. Same with this side over here. Goes back to there. On the outside, these guys here are the control arms. So just loosen all those bolts. It says do not remove. So as you run into trouble dropping your coil spring, just take off the lower ones. I think. I'll have to read up some more. Alright. This bolt is loosened. Since the wrench won't fit under there, doesn't have the clearance, get yourself a breaker bar. Guys, you can slip over your socket. Just stick that baby on there and get a little more leverage on there to break these bolts, because those things are on there. Speaking of which, before we started, you can see all the parts like this. It's because I did put that stuff that's supposed to break all the rust and make my bolts easier to take off. But these things are difficult. So that was the lower one. Talking 21mm for these guys. And we're going to move up to the upper ones. Alright, I got lucky here because the back side of this bolt for the upper control arm is one of these torque things. I got lucky because yesterday I was replacing the tailgate struts that open the tailgate, and I got me a set of these, and actually they cost $4 because a nice lady at O'Reilly Auto Parts took me away from the $30 ones and showed me the set for $5, and got lucky twice on that one, guys.
Okay guys, the size on that torque socket for that bottom bolt on the upper control arm here was a 50. For the upper bolts on this upper control arm, this plug was here, and I had a feeling that the other side of that bolt would be on that plug. And there it is, guys. I got 2 of those to loosen. Wow. That doesn't look like a real bolt, that's square. Anyway, I got 2 more to loosen, and then I can move on to something else. Alright, those little tabs they used to like, they would catch the bolt on the track bar over here. Turns out most of the time the rest of them are just spinning around and cutting your hands open if you try to hold them by hand. Anyway, on this side, big giant bolt, be a 13. On the inside, going to be a 15. That's bolt until I think I moved to the coil springs.